If you search coloring books on Amazon right now, you will see books like this pulling in thousands of views and becoming bestsellers. That means that they are most likely doing something that you are overlooking. So the question is, what if you could take one of these books and figure out exactly what is working and recreate it with a unique spin using just AI? I'm going to show you exactly how I did that with this $41,000 coloring book. Let me show you exactly what I mean. Thousands of reviews, bestseller badge, which means there are thousands of people buying this book every single month. And this isn't even a one-off. You can see other books pulling in thousands of dollars because a lot of people are buying these books. You can see this as well. But the interesting part isn't just this. Most people look at this and think, I need a completely new idea. But if you actually look closely, you start noticing something. The styles are similar. The themes repeat, even the layout follow a pattern, which means there's actually a structure hiding in plain sight. So in this video, I'll be taking one of these books, which is this particular one. I'll break down exactly what is working and then use AI to recreate the same style step by step. And this would actually reflect on how well you can leverage AI if you are starting your coloring book business and you have no design experience. I'm going to also include how I generate the prompts I use, how I create the images, and how to turn it into a full coloring book. And I will show you the exact tool I use for this. All right, so let's break this down. First, look at the style. You can see clean lines, has some level of complexity, but not overly complex, just detailed enough to feel satisfying. This part is super important. The next is the theme. Everything is consistent, it's not random. And then the complexity level is not too easy, but not overwhelming. This balance is where the money actually is. So now that we understand what makes this work, the next step is turning this into something we can actually recreate. So instead of guessing, we're going to take these exact elements and rebuild them. So I'm going ahead to simply download these images. I'm downloading this one here, like so. I'm also going to download like 2 of the coloring images, just like so. And here is where it gets interesting. Instead of trying to come up with prompts from scratch, I use ChatGPT to break this down for me. And I need you to follow closely because here your prompt matters. The first thing I do is I add the cover page of the coloring book I'm trying to clone or recreate using AI. And then I ask ChatGPT, are you familiar with Confidence Coloring Book by Coco Wayo? The book cover is attached. The reason I am doing this is just to know if it is actually familiar with it before I go ahead to prompt further. Now, ChatGPT says it's familiar with this, shares a little bit of detail, and then I'm already sure that ChatGPT is ready for our next set of prompts. Now, the next thing I do is I attach the 2 sample images that I already downloaded. And I describe the style, the theme, the level of detail. Now I'm saying, now attached are some of the coloring pages inside. By the way, you can pause the screen here just to get a better look at the prompts that I'm using. I'm telling ChatGPT, study them. That's the pattern, the drawing style, that's the hand-drawn feel, the level of complexity, the image overview, the scene, the precision, clarity, the clean and thick outlines, as well as the square frame style. And now give me 12 unique coloring page scenes, different from the image scenes attached. And these should be of the same characters and other similar cute animal characters. Now, I want to show you how well AI can come up with this as long as you understand good prompting. And I'm giving it some rules just to really, put it in place. And I'm saying there should be no more than 2 characters per page. It could be 1, but it must not exceed 2. Secondly, I'm saying the scenes should be one that has background details, so the coloring page can feel exciting and full. For example, if you look at this scene, it has a lot of background elements. You can see this tree in the background. You can see all of this in the background. You can see the cupcakes in the background, and the same as this, and I can go on and on. So not too complex, but enough to feel full, exciting, satisfying. Again, I'm going ahead to say the scene should have images in precise and accurate location according to the scenes. No errors, no distortions, clean and clear outlines. Now, why do I attach this, or why do I write that in the prompt? Just so that, for example, the frame, if there's a frame in the background, the frame should not be on the table. The frame should not be on the curtain. It needs precision in the background with respect to the scenes. And again, I'm saying the coloring pages should have the same pattern, drawing styles, hand-drawn feel, level of complexity, precision, clarity, and square frame style like the samples attached, so that they can all feel like they belong to the same coloring book. Now, all of these are really super important. And then it goes ahead to give really original coloring page scenes. It gave us the scene name, Cozy Window Reading Scene, and bulleted, the major points for the scenes. And these are 12 unique ones here. I then go for that to prompt it again. You can see the way we're building the prompt gradually. I'm not just going straight ahead to say, give me the prompt, because if you are not so detailed with your prompt, you're not going to get good results. And now I'm saying for each of the original page scenes, give me a detailed prompt for it, as I will be using AI to create the images. Do not leave discernment. This is very important. Do not leave discernment or creativity for AI, because sometimes you could say, put it in a bakery, and the AI could mix up a lot of things in the background. Ensure that every positioning, angle, complexity of every unique image or element in each scene is captured in the prompt to ensure accuracy. Also make sure that the detailed pattern style, hand-drawn style output, image feel is also captured in the prompt using the appropriate words to give similar output like the sample image attached. Like I said, you can pause the screen just to get a closer look at the prompt. However, if you would like me to share the prompt with you, comment the word prompt in the comment section. I have had ChatGPT generate structured prompts, easy peasy. So you can see AI is literally doing the heavy lifting for us. Now, this is super important because here is where most people get stuck. They guess and they get bad results. But when you refine it just like I did, everything changes. Now, one of the biggest problems with AI-generated coloring pages is distorted lines, messy outputs, and inconsistency. That's typical with AI or when you're using AI, and that is why I started using this tool. What I like about this particular AI tool is that with a simple prompt like this, a cute dog standing, simple rounded body, big eye, thick bold black outline, white background, minimal detail kids coloring book style, you get something like this, really bold, less distortions. In fact, no distortions at all. Now, let me show you what I mean. I'm going to go ahead to copy the very first prompt. So if you look at ChatGPT's results, it said, add this to every prompt. So this is what we'll add at the end of every prompt, while this is what will be the beginning, just to be able to differentiate the different scenes. I'll go ahead and copy this. You want to make sure you actually read through the prompt just to be sure that there are no mistakes. And now below, I'm going to go ahead and add all of this right here. I'm taking out some things that I feel are not needed. For example, black and white coloring page, because this is already an AI tool that creates coloring pages. So no need to say that again. It's just being repetitive. I'll take out this kawaii style. I'll take out simple shapes, and it's all good. For the difficulty level, I'm going to leave it at toddler. Now, for this AI tool, the difficulty level, you can actually look at it here. So for toddler, you have, very minimal complexity in the background. And as it goes up, the complexity increases up till where you have adult. Now, because our prompt is already pretty much detailed and I do not want AI to put its own creativity in the background, I'm going to leave it at toddler. The dimension will be square for the purpose of this video. So we're going to be using 8.5 by 8.5 in dimension. And the batch, I'm going to create just one because I want you to see how this AI tool works. Then I'm going to put it on private upscale for print, meaning that you're going to have really, really high quality images. Again, I will remove the watermark and I'm going to generate now. Look at the lines, clean and consistent. You can see the image really bold, the outlines are clean and there is no distortion at all. The prompt came out the exact way we described it. Now let's try a slightly different version. I'm going to go to ChatGPT again and copy for the second one here. So I'm going to move the difficulty level to children. Just wait till you see this one. And I'm going to click generate now. Now this came out really clean. Even though we use the children difficulty level, you can see the floor has a little bit of complexity. This is clean, neat, and no distortion as well. Now, if you notice, I am really making the prompt detail, and this is usually where most tools struggle. So once you have a working prompt, you can generate multiple pages quickly. Of course, I'm not going to bore you creating all the pages one by one here. So I'm just going to go ahead and do it in the background. I've created all of the coloring images. Now, imagine turning this into a full coloring book. Now, this particular AI tool is actually really affordable. So it actually has 4 tiers of subscription. And I am on the hobby, but if you're just starting out trying to check what's what, how it works, you can check out the starter plan. If you want a bit more volume, you can check out the hobby plan. However, if you want to really, really scale with this business by selling coloring books, then the professional is really a unique plan that you can go with. and it just costs $27.99. And if you're taking it way higher, you can go with the business. Now, this particular tool currently does have a 30% discount off on the yearly plan. Now, I don't know how long this would last, but it's super better if you actually take advantage of it while it lasts. I've attached the link to this tool in the description. You want to go click it and check it out. It also has credit top-up plans, so just in case you are subscribed to any of the plans and by some magic, which is almost impossible, you happen to exhaust your plan before the subscription expires, you can just easily top it up with a number of credits as you prefer. Now, after creating your coloring images, this is actually where most people stop, and this is why most fail. You don't just copy, you refine. You want to change small elements, adjust composition. This one tweak alone can change everything. If you notice, I used unique scenes and I also added new characters. Now, we take everything that we have created and start building a full set. So before we bring this into a book, we need correct dimensions. This part is important if you want to print properly. I will be making use of bleed for this book, and I'll be going with a dimension of 8.625 by 8.75. Now, we bring everything into Canva. We set the page size, add margins, and then duplicate. I'm going to be making use of 24 pages just for the purpose of this coloring book, just to give you an idea on how it works. This is where it starts becoming like a real book. And now, just place your image. Ensure that no part of your image extends beyond the bleed line. Now, it actually looks like something that you would see on Amazon. And of course, the cover. This is actually what people judge first. And for the cover, you want to make sure that you are getting your detailed cover dimension from KDP Cover Calculator. You input all of your book information, take the dimension given, and of course, download the template. Back in Canva, I have added the dimension and of course, added the template here just so that I can know how well to centralize and fix things appropriately. I'm going to use AI to try to clone this cover here, just to show you how well AI can be very useful in your KDP journey, even as a total beginner. So I'm heading into ChatGPT and I'm saying now, based on the cover page I shared earlier, give me the exact detail prompt to create the coloring version of it. The detail should cover the composition, complexity, pattern style, kid-friendly style, bold outline, positioning, and background details of every element/detail. And ChatGPT has literally gone ahead to go into detail, analyzing it and giving me the exact prompt that I can use. Now, for this particular one, I'm going to create the coloring version. That's the black and white version, because I'm using the AI tool just so that I can get the exact coloring book version before I color it. I've imputed it here into the text to coloring version, and I'm leaving the difficulty level under children. Dimension is square. I'm generating 2 batches, and I'm going to ensure all of this are ticked, and I'm going to generate. Now, this is what the AI tool gave. You can see how unique this is, how beautiful the image is. And if you look closely, there's literally no distortions in it. The AI tool picked the prompt and gave us something detailed. And this is one thing I really love about this AI tool, because it can handle intense prompting. It can handle complexity in prompting, and it's going to give you exactly what you asked, unlike some other AI tools that come up with a lot of distortions. So now that we have this, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and color it. This tool does have like a colorized drawing where you give it a prompt to color, but I will prefer to color it myself, because that way I can choose to play around with the color myself. So this is the colorized drawing. If I should zoom it out a bit. So let's say for this rooftop here, I'm using this, and I can just put that here, and I've colorized this one. And this is how I'm going to keep doing it for each and every part. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that I can be able to have more control while coloring. So I finished coloring it. Back in Canva, I'm adding it over on the page. I'll add another box over here, extend it to fill the page. I'll move the position all the way to behind. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. I'll head to this color over here just so I can get the color picker. And then I can reduce this as well, just so that I can see the template behind it. Then for this, I'm going to go ahead and change the color. So I've added the text here, and I'm going to add the subtext. And for the back, typically I can just add some of the coloring images, and I can go ahead and add the author name just right here. And once all that is said and done, I can take the transparency back to how it ought to be and go ahead and take out this template. And now we have a full book, which we were able to take inspo from a winning book and tweaked it using AI, and you can see how good AI can be. So if you want to be able to do this and even more in bulk, I've left the exact link to the AI tool that I used in the description. So you want to go ahead, check it out and make use of it. So it's actually just this one I've been using because it makes the process a lot smoother and your images come out a lot better. Also, this is just one type of coloring book. There are others doing just as well that are bestsellers out there. And I break down how you can also recreate another of this bestseller using just AI. You want to check it out in the video you see on your screen right now. Ciao.